feeling like we're ready for, I just feel like I've been missing out for the last couple of days since we can't look at our applications and all the other specialties can.
Right.
I'm still, I was in urology before, and I was in the urology group, and I'm still on their list. And so I've been seeing all of them talking about it the last 2 days, and I'm just having major FOMO. So yeah, but
we'll see how this goes.
my program director didn't realize actually until a few days ago that we weren't going to get applications this week. And she has to go, she's a board examiner. She has to go to Dallas. I think it's like on the 4th or something. It's like, so she doesn't have very much time to do the initial review for assigning them. So she's not super happy about that situation. And I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you didn't know that we're getting them. Not that that would have changed anything. She could have changed the script. So I told her I will try to pre-screen as much as I can, which hopefully will save her some time.
Yeah, our program director and actually myself are new to this as of we're right into our first year together. So I started like 2 weeks before last year interview. So I had to learn like ARIS in like 2 weeks.
Right.
And now we're ResidencyCAS. And last year, the poor thing, I mean, she reviewed like 600 applications by herself.
Oh,
so
wow.
Now she's got a group of other faculty that are actually, they're going to split it in alphabetical order and go through it because she's like, there's no way I can do that again this year.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. Well, so I'll go ahead and just kind of start. If anybody has any, I'm in the sandbox, obviously there's no point at this point in being in the live environment. But if anyone has anything they want to go over, I'm happy to walk through it. Hopefully we can learn something.
Actually, yes, I do have a question.
Okay, sure.
And good afternoon, everybody. Please excuse me. So I want to get some clarity, and one of my APDs wants to have access to the program portal because she was told by someone from ResidencyCAS that she can have access, and I do not want her to have access, right? I'm just like, no. That's the PD, and that's me, the PM. That's it. We're the only ones that need access to it.
You can set your role. You can set
right, and I did. That's how
not to be a PD role, but to be like a reviewer interviewer role.
Exactly, and that's what I've done. That's what I've done. Yeah. So my question though is, and because I did Tammy sent out this thing about wanting, because she's a super user, and she said that if you wanted to kind of go over with her how to do a mock interview to set those things up, so I did. And I asked her this question I'm going to ask now, and she could not answer that to me confidently, which was a bit concerning.
Yeah.
But let's just move on from that. So, okay, we've got the program portal where all the applications are going to go in there, right? Yay. And then we will then through phases. Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to split it. I think it was Darcy who said that they're going to split amongst them the people who are going to review.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so which is my PD and my 2 APDs. So I'm going to do that. Great. Then they're going to be in the reviewer portal, right?
Right.
When the time comes to do interviews, will the interviewer portal they will then have access to that? Like, I want to understand, is it so?
Go ahead.
Because when I do that, you know, that little box with all the lovely little colors there,
Right,
all I get is the interview portal, right?
right.
I don't get, I mean, I get the program portal,
You should
obviously.
get the review portal too, if you've invited yourself to it.
So I need to do that as
So
well.
anybody who's going to review applications with an evaluation form, they will need to be invited to the review portal.
Right, and I've done that.
And if those people are interviewing, they will also need to be invited to your main program portal.
Oh, so she's gonna have
Because
access.
ResidencyCAS sticks them in the interview portal somehow. It isn't like the review portal where you have a separate section to choose it.
Right,
So the only way they'll be able to see if you're using the interview portal. Now, if you're not using the interview portal, then
we are.
okay, you are. Okay. So then
Our program is so simple. I kid
Okay.
you not. It is
Lucky.
super, super
I'm,
simple.
I mean,
So
I'm envious. Green with envy. But yes, then you will have to invite them all to the main program portal. And then somehow ResidencyCAS gives them the ability for the interview portal to show up for them.
okay, but I don't need to do that right now. I can
No.
wait until October. Okay, so I'm just gonna let them stew for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, at least her stew for just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, calm down. You're
Have
not the PD.
Have you, yeah, I get that. So I don't know though, have you like gone in and, you know how you can pretend to be somebody,
You know what? I have
a role? Have you
I've seen
done that?
people no, I've seen people do it, but like how they get from that place to that place, from the starting place, I'm just like, I don't know what
Okay,
happens.
let
Maybe
me
I look
see.
away for a minute and then it just, I'm like,
Well-
okay,
Well, let's
I'm
see here.
lost.
We'll see right now.
Thank you.
Okay. So I just clicked on a user. This is actually someone who is not the program director and has been given the reviewer interviewer role. And then I can impersonate her. Impersonate organization portal. Impersonate Catherine Chen. Yeah. So it looks like, let's see, is that what I'm seeing? Usually it tells you at the bottom when you're impersonating somebody, but I don't see that. Hang on. We have to go into the regular portal. Yeah. No, there it is. It says I'm Catherine Chen right now. Okay. So then it looks like I can see all the applications. And it looks like I may be limited to what I can do. For example, I can't, when I'm clicking on an application, I don't have the option to move it into a different phase. I can look at it, but I can't move it. So all I could do would be to put a tag on it. So say she wants you to know something about this. She could put
Couples of
that tag,
tag, whatever.
Please print this for me. I don't know,
Okay. All right. No, that's good to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because
So, and that's the way you do it. And then when you're done, not with the tag, I'm not even going to do that. But when you're done being that person, you just, I haven't done this that many times, so I'm sorry, I'm kind of jumping around. Just go back to those settings and click on
her
here.
and then sign
And
out.
no, sign
Stop
in.
impersonating.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
See how it kind of turns gray when you run
Yeah.
over it? Because at first I thought you wanted to sign out and it signed me out. So
But it
just
just
stop
completely-
impersonating and then it's going to log out of her account back into your main account. And
Okay.
that way, at least you can limit what people can do.
Oh yeah.
You
We're
know,
getting to feeling.
So.
Okay.
And you
Thank you.
don't want to do that. I think I've read that really they think only the program director and the program manager should have that full access. Because
Mhm.
honestly, I mean, you don't want people, unless
Mm,
you have people who are kind of program directing. You
right, but
want a
no.
bunch of people being able to mess with things and move them around, especially with us not really understanding how this works.
No, and I've worked really hard setting up all the sessions and the
Right.
rooms. I do not want anyone going in there and
Right.
making a doubt
So
about.
it
So
looks like they wouldn't be able to. So that should at least give you a little bit of peace
okay.
of mind. Keep you
All
from losing
right.
sleep. So
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for
absolutely.
like going over that with me because I was just like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
And if I must, ugh, but I'd
Yeah.
rather not. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no. And then again, I like you, I remembered, I was like, no, I think they said very, very, very clear that should be the PD and the PM who have that kind of global access to things, and
Right.
everyone else should be appropriately um,
Right. And I'm guessing
designated.
at that point, I mean, I would have to, I would be guessing, but I don't have to be guessing. So I wonder too, if you have like restricted the view of the, yeah, that's all I have there. I don't have anybody else. So I don't think I've restricted any view here, but I'm just wondering is if you have restricted what that person can see, then it could be even in that main portal, they won't be able to see all that information. So you know how
Yeah.
when you do the restriction,
Mhm.
I have a feeling, I mean, it makes logical sense to me that if a reviewer interviewer can't see like all the demographic information and photos and all that stuff, they won't be able to see it in the portal either. It should be blinded from them when they
Right.
go.
And I've done that. I've done that for our residents because we're going to do also the night before, we're going to do it through ResidencyCAS. And so I have set it up so that they see nothing
Right.
of the applicant's information at all. They won't be able to search nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you again. I
Sure.
appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, happy to. It helps me learn and understand every time somebody asks a question, just doing it over and over, repetition.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
anybody else have anything? Just speak up if you do. If you don't, then you can have your afternoon back, but because I mean, I kind of feel like we're just stuck waiting right now.
Right. I
Well,
think, I think I'm good with, we've set up our days, we've got our phases set up. We made our preliminary schedule. The only thing is, which we can't do yet is do the actual interview piece of it yet.
Right.
So
Did anybody go to the thing last night?
I
I
did.
did not.
'Cause
Oh, you did.
I was gonna go to it, but then I ended up getting a ticket to Cabaret, so I went to that instead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's
I
way more
really wanted
entertaining.
to see Adam Lambert. And so on this app, people who sell tickets they can't use and they can't sell them for more than they paid. So it was
Good for
like
you.
$70. So anyway, I did that instead. But they recorded it, so I plan to watch it. Did you find it helpful?
You know what? And I don't, again, from my own personal experience, it's like, they start off well and then I don't know, they get this little machine inside them that this just like, da, 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 and then they go into this rabbit hole of things. And it's just like, doesn't,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think,
it's like it doesn't mix.
right.
It's like all over the place.
Yeah. It's just like, can you please just focus and go one, and it's like, oh, and you can do this and you can do this. And you can, I'm like, okay, but can we, let's just focus.
Slowly. Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Darcy was right. Yeah. It's just like, so it becomes a bit like, Right. I'm waiting for them to come with the recording so I can then rewatch
Watch
it
it and
and just,
rewind and watch it, slow it down and stop it where you can see what's happening. Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately,
One of the things I'm trying to do is, do some segmenting, AKA filtering, uh, of applications and,
So that's something we set up, or will the people who are reviewing do that?
no, we set that up.
Okay, so we have to ask them, in essence, what's your criteria? How do you want this? Well, no,
So I
because
think your program director is going to be the one who cares the most about that, and it will be helpful for you. The reviewers, let's go to some applications and just so you can see. For example, one of the things my program manager wants to see is their medical school, because we automatically give an interview to anybody from our medical school and also to everyone who did a sub-I with us.
right, same
So
here.
I can just move those. So I put the medical school here in this. She also wanted to be able to see their step 1 if they passed or failed, which I haven't been able to figure that out. However, the step 2 is in there. So I was able to put that in there. And so then you can sort, you click on it and you can sort by score. And so that way, if she wants to, if she's making some decisions or whatever, she'll be able to have that information. And, you do that in that grid. But supposedly, there's a way to use segments to, I got all these windows in my way. You can use segments to also create, like I tried to create a couple of segments. Let's see, did I put them in here yet? I don't think I did. I think I might have put them in the main one in my program portal, which I could log into if I can find it, because I'm on my not my work computer, my home computer. No, that's the UAT one. It's not what I want. Because really, they told us that segments replaced filters. And so I haven't really, that's one thing I did want to see if I could learn anything about from that, because they said they were going to go over segments.
They did, to be fair, they did, but then they went off this other rabbit hole, and it's just like, okay, you know what? And then, they're pushing, and I get it. They're pushing very much their quick start guides and all of this. Like, they made it very clear that any questions we have, go there first.
Right. Well,
Which,
because they make more money that way. So here, I set up a segment, and now it says has errors, and it doesn't even show me what the segment was. It just tells me it has errors. So I don't even know now, because I did set up a segment that I was trying to create. I think it had something to do with the step score. It's not easy to find. I did figure out that this application form is where you have to go, but then, it doesn't show you a lot. So if you want to see more, you have to say show all, and then you can see a lot more information. If you do a search though, I don't think it'll even search this. I think it just searches that quick step. So like if I put in step, See how it pulls nothing up? So helpful.
So we have to set up all of these things up for our reviewers for that, so that when applications are available to them on Tuesday, they can see it. And
Now, when you say reviewers, so do you have pre-reviewers or are these going to be your people reviewing?
these are my people.
These are, okay, because your reviewers are going to be in the review portal and they're
Mhm.
going to be using the evaluation form. They are not going to be here. Okay.
So that's going to be.
My program director goes through all the applications and eliminates
Right.
some before they go to the reviewers. Our reviewers don't review all the applications.
Gotcha.
She will eliminate some first, like everyone who didn't signal us will be eliminated.
Right.
If they failed a
Right.
step 2 or whatever, whatever the criteria is. So that will happen in the program portal. So that's what I would be setting up for her. In the review portal, they're just going to see whatever you will assign it to them. Okay. Before, so that in Tuesday morning, your program director, whoever, will go in there and assign, those people to that. And then they'll see, oh gosh, I don't know why I can't get this stupid mouse to work. And then they will see, oh, I got to move them here. So then they'll see it in their review portal. So I'm going to assign it to myself so you can see that. So then, and those people that are reviewing like that do not need access to the program portal. They only need access to the review portal.
Gotcha.
And it might be less confusing for them if you have a number of people. And see now, then they'll open up this. This is what they'll see. They'll see these are the applications, however many they have, and they can click on them this way. There's a couple of different ways. You can click here, and just start reviewing the application. Here's where they would see the review form, and they'll answer the questions. And then once they do that, they'll submit at the bottom, and it will warn them once they submit it, they can't make any changes. Let me just do this real quick. That way you can just kind of see. So there, would you like to continue? Can't make any changes. I say yes. Now I've submitted, and it'll take me back to the list, and it will show me that I've done this one. Now I have these to continue with. And so that's what they're going to see. And
but then on my end, what do I?
End? So I was going to go back to that. Let's get out of here. Sandbox now. Somehow logged myself out, I think. No, I'm not logged out. Okay, so then when you go back, you should see. I don't have it set up so that, let's see, this one I didn't set up. On my real portal, I had set up, sorry, my dog. I had set up a grid item. So here in the grid, that would show me if they recommended them for interview or not. It won't tell you yes or no, but it will just, by seeing that, you'll know that that one's done. Right? So you're going to want something that will show you that it's done, right? Because to me, that's like a part of the weakness. Alexa, stop. So that's the weakness, that I have seen of this, is that you have to figure out a way to know when they're done, right? Yeah. It doesn't automatically, like once they do them, it doesn't automatically put it somewhere. although I tried to get them to show me how to do that, and this was in my one-on-one, and they really couldn't show me how to create something that would do that. So again, not very helpful. And because that's what I would ideally either move the application to another phase,
Right.
or and again, I think there's a way to do it, but if they don't know how to do it, I don't know that I can figure out how to do it. So once we get our applications in there, I may try to see, once I know something has been reviewed, or even if I know it's not going to get reviewed, right? It's one we've rejected. They didn't signal us. I can play around with that application. And I can do some things to see if I can get it to move automatically, because like I say, there are these things called workflows.
And they talked about automations last night.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, okay, but how does that, I wasn't clear on how it works.
Well, yeah, it's not a really ABC easy kind of thing to do. When you tell it you want to create an automation, it's asking you questions that I don't know that I understand how to answer. So, if I say move application to review complete. So when should this run? So, this you would say you want to run, how often you want to run it. So let's just say daily, right? At 12 a.m. And then add filter to define which app. So add criteria, right? That isn't, completed reviews, but are they all of them? I don't know. I don't know if that's all of them, but maybe it is. So, okay, let's leave that. And then actions, you want to set the phase. And you would want it to be, I don't think I have one. You would have to create a phase. So let's just call
review complete.
Where is it? There it is. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So there's review complete. So that would be the phase. So maybe that will do it. It says it's set up.
And you save your changes, right?
Right. You got to save the changes. But then, I set it to run at 12 a.m. So I would
you
know.
won't know until tomorrow.
But let's change the times. Let's say to do it once today at 2:28. Okay. And save the changes. All right. So let's see if that works, because maybe this actually seems a little better. I don't know if they've done something to it, because
they did say that they made some updates recently.
Okay, because I can tell you the first time I looked at this, I thought, I don't know what to do. And you can tell now when we're walking through it, it kind of helps guide you like to what you need to put in there. And I feel like before it didn't do that. So maybe this will work, and that would be the ideal, is once the evaluation is completed.
So it just gave a little message at the bottom that it was completed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it did. Okay.
Maybe it ran the rule. Here, let's see. Let's go.
Oh, there it is. Well, is that it? No.
I don't think so. There's nothing in review complete yet, but it was going to run it right now.
Do you need to refresh it?
No, good question. Let's see.
No.
So yeah, I don't.
What about that? What is that?
That's
you have a new assignment.
That's for me only, but that's that one I assigned to myself. So like you won't see that when you assign those to other people. Like when you assign, let me just show you, like if I assign this to
Oh, I see.
I assign this to, let me remove it from myself. And apply. And then I assign it to my PD. You'll see that I don't get a notification because that is not for me. It's for her. She'll get a notification in her portal.
Mhm.
And also, I don't know if you notice, like when you set the people up, you can either opt them out of getting reminders or
Right.
they'll weekly reminders. And I don't know if they get one on the day, you know, like when you do it, if there's
Mhm.
something generated then saying you have a new review, or if it's just done weekly. I'm not sure about that. So, let me see if I got an email earlier from that one I signed to myself. Yeah, I don't think it sent me an email telling me that I had or something to review. So that's kind of another thing you'll probably individually have to send an email out, or you might be able to send it through here. You know, you might be able to say, you know, I think you have to use a template. I hope you have to use a template here.
No,
Maybe you could just say you have,
they did say that, now you can do the whole test email thing, like now you can do that, whereas before I don't think we could. Now that's.
yeah, I did send myself a test invitation.
Mhm.
It went to me and, oh, makes you put a subject in. I didn't put the test email address in either. Okay, so it says it sent the test email. So you might have to go in here and do that because it doesn't look like it generates anything to tell them that, you know, I've assigned you applications. Please log into the review portal, the ResidencyCAS review portal. And
What about that toggle that says about getting the daily thing? What if we do that?
where?
It's like in the, oh my gosh, when you go into the users role, I guess when you do that little gear at the bottom, and then you go to roles.
Well, I have myself set up to get,
There you go. That's it. Opt
Yeah.
out of assignment summary.
well,
I think.
I'm not opted out, so I should have gotten, but see, that's a summary email. So
Oh, that's
I have been getting weekly emails, at least weekly, possibly daily at the end of the day. I can't, to be honest, I just remember I have gotten some. I can't remember how often I've gotten them. But I have gotten them. If you toggle it, they won't get any emails. I know
Right.
that. So, you know, if somebody complains, I don't want those emails, that's how you keep it from happening. But, yeah, I have been getting those. But when I just assigned that one to myself, I did not get something then. So it may come later today. But it's not there yet.
Okay.
So that's just something, you know, obviously you're probably just going to want to kind of be aware of because, you know, if you assign those early in the morning, I mean, you don't know for sure. You probably won't know whether your reviewers have some time that day and they might want to get started. And if it's something that maybe doesn't generate till the end of the day, you might just want to give them a heads up that it's there.
But so come Tuesday,
Mhm.
we're gonna get our applications. Those are it. We're not gonna have, it's not gonna be on some rolling basis. We're just getting
No,
all of our
I think that's
applications.
it. Mhm.
Okay.
I think, I mean, I'm not, you know, you're like me, this my first rodeo here, but I know
Yeah.
we put in our our Frida information that we stopped at excuse me, got the hiccups, accepting applications on October 1st.
Right.
So
Oh, really? Okay. We did the 25th of September. Okay.
I think we did October 1st. I'm pretty sure. I'd have to look, but anyway, for sure, it wouldn't be after that. So, and I haven't seen any way, you know how in ERAS you could like see when the application was submitted?
Yes, yes.
I don't know that I've noticed any way to see when the application was submitted.
I think we'll know more on Tuesday, right? When
Right. So, yeah, here, if you look at all the information, I don't see anything to say like when. So that would indicate to me that they intend, they're gathering them all now and they're going to release them all. And then that would be it.
Okay.
That's how I take it.
All right. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Anything
Thank
else?
you.
Okay. Well, you guys have a good weekend.
You too.
You too. Thank you so much.
Oh, and I guess, probably Tuesday, I'm guessing we're all going to be busy. So I'm probably going to just send out, I don't even remember if I offered one on Tuesday, but I think Tuesday's probably not a good day
Yeah,
for me, probably not for anyone.
Right.
So I'll probably just send out a thing to cancel it for Tuesday if I had one. So,
All right,
but
well,
really,
good.
thank you so much for,
Okay.
just trying to
Yes, thank you
delve
for doing
into the
this.
deep end of this.
sure, happy to do anything I can. It helps me too, it's very helpful to just kind of talk through a lot of this.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right.
Okay.